With also Salah on the back.
I'm going to be sick.
So could you go and stand over there for us and put this on for us, please? Hey guys, welcome back to the Blue Podcast. This is the Purple Show with me, Tom McManaman. To my right, I've got Dan, Eakin, William, Tio Baggett. In front of me, I've got Henry, Slabhead Maguire, and our native Spanish speaker, Carlos Nasib. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, we're good, bro.
Very
We're good.
good, bro. Very good.
Very good.
Very good? Perfect. All right, so obviously Henry should have had the punishment today for last week's quiz and Spanish word. And unfortunately, our friend didn't bring in a Man City shirt. But
Oh, no. Oh, we actually had something.
We've got something.
we got something else.
Yeah,
You
go
got
on.
a little
no.
bit.
I'm gonna be there.
So you know Lloyd.
Oh, God. Oh,
We've
no.
got a Liverpool shirt
Oh, that's worse.
with also Salah on the
Oh.
back.
Mo Salah.
I'm going to be sick.
So could you go and stand over there for us and put this on for us, please? Just for the podcast, thank you.
I hate my life.
Yes. So thank you, Lloyd, host of the Red Show.
No, I think you can find a way.
Oh, it's a bit tight.
This is worse than last week.
It sits amazing on you, mate.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you give us a little twirl?
Turn your
Little
back.
twirl?
Turn your back.
Little twirl.
Yeah, thank you.
Show a number.
Go on.
All right, you can sit down now.
Mo Salah.
Now we're going to disown me.
Look at your proud wearing it as well.
All right, now the fun's out the way at the start.
I hate you all.
We're going to our clubs, and only really any news in our clubs is Sevilla with Carlos. What happened at Sevilla this week?
So basically, because of the situation in the club, there's going to be a big, how do you say, like meeting between the actual president and the possible future president. That I said to you that it was going to be like in 2 weeks, but it got
Move forward.
before to today. So today maybe we see some big changes in the Sevilla, big names in the president and everything.
Yeah, so obviously you guys will know on Friday, but we don't know right now. But when this is out, you guys will know whether or not there's a new president at Sevilla.
Yeah.
Do you want a new president?
Yes, because right now we need to change. Because with the actual president, there's a lot of strange movement in the accounts, a lot of money that we don't know as fans what's going on and what's not going on. And the new president was so the new president that is going to come right now was president of Seville in the past, but he went to jail. Because wait.
He went to jail?
He went to
What?
jail because he had a problem with his taxes.
Well, this is the new
Tax
guy.
evasion.
The new guy was the president of Seville in the past, but
Nice.
I'll say it was like our most successful president in terms of change, because in a spare of 6-7 years he made the club from being in the second division to win 2 European trophies straight. That it was the first 2 European Cups that Seville won.
But he did it illegally.
No, the taxes apparently, from what I know, is an issue with him. And have nothing to do with the club. But still, he has like that bad image.
So, would you say that the original owner that's coming to take over again, would you say his success on the Sevilla's success on the pitch was better with him or with the guy that is now?
I think that he made the change, like a big change in the club in the past, and that's what Seville needs now. Because even though we won the Europa League last season, the performance in the league and what the regular fan sees every weekend is just atrocious. Like the team, you don't see the team having any clear style. When that clear style doesn't work, then the manager just changes. We've had like 4 managers in the last year, 2 years. There's like a lot of expenses. There are a lot of signings that don't work. So yeah, I think that is a change that we need.
And in terms of change, Henry, you really want this to happen. Obviously, Everton lost 10 points, and there are certain charges being implicated against me and Dan's club, Chelsea, obviously, and Man City, which is obviously the big one for you. What's your view on what was 115 charges? Everton only had 1 and had a 10-point deduction. A lot of people are looking for over 1,000-point deduction for Man City.
Over 1,000 points is ridiculous.
But what realistically would you?
Just touched it.
But what realistically would you want to happen?
So
First of all, it's 116 charges now because Benjamin Mendy has just started to sue Man City for unpaid wages, so that's 116. If the kind of courts decide that the 10-point deduction is fair for Everton, then it should be the 3,000 whatever points deduction. It should go back down to League 2. Their players should all leave. The club should go into administration, and it should cease to exist because I hate them.
So
with
you
a passion.
City to stop at 16.
The way I see it, right, I say this to my friends all the time. I hate Liverpool, but I want to beat them. If you know what I mean. Like I want to beat this club. They're my rivals. Man City, I don't want to beat them. I just want them to not exist. I hate them.
Right.
They don't deserve this position. They've cheated to get to this place, and now they need to fuck off.
That's fair. That's fair. Dan, what do you think about the fact that obviously our charges happened not under the current ownership as well?
I think it's a difficult one, especially because Roman Abramovich, I think for most Chelsea fans I speak for, I think we loved him as an owner. We did really enjoy his tenure, and him leaving was not something we wanted. It was something that was kind of forced upon us. What was the question again? I'm completely confused there.
Do you think it's fair for us to be like punished the same way as our owners, as that owner doesn't actually own the club anymore, and also did get kicked out technically?
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Chelsea's ones are allegations.
They are
They're
allegations,
not
yeah.
actual charges like Manchester City have, so it's currently allegations. So it's not as, much of a serious threat as it is Man City. But in terms of fairness, slightly unfair. Obviously, is not something Todd Bowley was involved with. He probably had nothing. Like he did have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It's all under Roman. But we all do know like there's always a bit shady stuff with what Roman Abramovich has done.
Yeah.
So in terms of fairness, I guess it's not fair if you were speaking from Todd Bowley's point of view. But I think if you were like any other Premier League club, you're gonna say it's still Chelsea. It's still the club, and they've got to take
Do you feel that
responsibility.
kicking out Roman Abramovich at that point could even be a strategy to get away and evade all the problems that they had with him, like all the charges and that?
What, having Roman?
Like taken off.
What was the question? Like whether it's
Like all the problems that they have with Roman.
yeah.
Do you think that maybe that was a strategy to some extent?
Oh,
for it, like
before
for
he
the-
got-
purposefully. He did it on purpose.
As
right?
in like Chelsea were like
Yeah.
doing it actively, doing it on purpose to benefit them. Is that what you're trying to say?
Mhm.
I mean that's hard for me to say, but
I wouldn't say it.
I wouldn't say it was
No.
part of the strategy. Like I don't think that was like the end goal. Like we got to do this shady and
Mhm.
get to where we want to be in a non-legitimate manner. I don't think that was the plan. No.
Yeah. No, I don't think there was. Let's do this, expecting Abramovich to eventually have to leave, and therefore we wouldn't get charged for it. I don't think that was the
No
plan.
one saw it coming. And I think also the thing that Chelsea did that City haven't is that they've come into the club, taken over, done like a full sweep and found these things that could be charges, and they came forward. And they reported them to the FA themselves.
Yeah, we did ourselves, yeah.
Exactly.
So, in my opinion, it's less likely that they'll be found guilty because they're they're Abramovich's charges, and they'll be probably kept with him. Maybe a fine.
I reckon,
Yeah.
I reckon it'll be
I reckon
something
it'll
like
be
a
a
slap
fine.
on the wrist where it's like,
Yeah.
and the fact that Todd Bowley and his team have like come forward with it,
Yeah.
I think does help them
Yeah.
a bit.
No one that had these offences happen is still at the club. So it's
Yeah.
not their fault. They've
Yeah.
walked in and suddenly they're just being.
So literally, I
relegated.
think
It's
most
mental.
of the higher up people have all left since Roman, like Marina's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, everyone that would have been
Exactly.
involved.
Yeah,
Did
Did Czech
everyone.
leave? Where did Czech go?
He's
left
coming
as
back
well,
though. He's coming back soon in a
Yeah.
different role. But yeah, he
But
left.
He did leave his
I didn't know
original
he
post,
left.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because he came out with the whole Super League stuff and like talking to the fans in the streets and stuff.
Yeah,
I
that
respected
was
that.
that was
respect.
amazing. Yeah.
Have you seen his play now, like a hockey goalkeeper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what
He's
he's
crazy.
like? Yeah,
That's so
insane.
cool.
It's amazing. Yeah.
His drumming as well. Have you seen his drumming? on
His
YouTube?
drumming's good.
Yeah.
Really?
He's
Yeah,
multifaceted,
he
bro.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Crazy,
like
bro.
super intelligent. Was amazing at
Yeah.
football.
Multitask, man.
Yeah.
If he was Man United goalkeeper, I would idolize this man. Like I'm a drummer. I love all this kind of stuff that he's doing. I'm like talking to people. Like, being a technical director, that's what I want to do. Like this man, I've so much time and respect for him.
Well, he might come up later on in the podcast.
Potentially.
Who knows? All right, let's move on to the internationals. I want to start with the Ukraine one and Italy because I hate Italy as it is,
It's a tough one,
obviously.
eh? It's a
We
tough
all
one.
Chiellini.
Penalty or not?
I think it's an absolute penalty.
Yeah,
For me,
It's a
penalty.
clear penalty.
Stonewall.
It is a penalty.
Stonewall
yes.
penalty, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And there are some rumours flying around that someone high up in FIFA might or might not have said 2 months ago that it is basically imperative for Italy to make it through to the Euros for football. And now there was a game where Italy had to draw or win to get through, or at least they would have been put into the playoffs. And if Ukraine won, they would have got through. So it's interesting that basically a Stonewall penalty was given, could have been given in the 92nd minute and wasn't, and VAR didn't overturn it.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I think, unfortunately, unless there's any kind of proof, we've never seen it happen before based on rumour that a decision has been made. So I don't think anything will happen of this. Unfortunately, it should, because it is a clear penalty and something should be done about that. And all the kind of turmoil that's happened with Ukraine at the moment, you don't really want to see them missing out this way.
It seems unfair as well. Like,
exactly.
It's just, imagine if it was like Spain or England who could have gone through, let alone the issues that have been happening in Ukraine.
Oh, God forbid Indonesia as as if they didn't go through, and they could have done if that ever happened ever.
So,
one day,
yeah.
Hey, they've got a great.
Do you think just to finish up on that point though? Do you think it was dodgy or not, Henry?
Yes, 100%.
Dodgy.
As in, like, it was.
There's been something happen.
Something's happened to
behind
cause that.
I mean, it's difficult because Italy have been a long time without like participate like in.
They weren't in the World Cup.
Yeah, they weren't in the World Cup.
They got knocked out by North Macedonia.
Yeah.
Who were playing very well.
Yes, they are a very good team.
Very strong.
Very strong team. The mighty Alioski, the left wing back. Oh, what a player! Ex-Leeds. So instantly don't like him.
I don't know. I think it's just an error, just a problem with the VAR and the.
Another problem with the VAR.
Yeah, personally, I don't think it's something that was like planned. Like, oh, no matter what Italy goes through, I think it's partly like an error. I think it's one of those calls. Maybe genuinely the referee just didn't think it was a penalty. Like, I mean, know.
Maybe because I'm a Man United fan, I'm a little bit more bitter. But like for me, I can smell corruption a mile away. And there's, well, you had all those charges with the Infantino. There's definitely someone still in the higher ups that is.
Oh yeah. To be fair, there is like a history of corruption in Italian football. So
and what's it called? The scandal. What's it? I forget the name of it. What's the name of the big scandal where Juventus got relegated for match fixing?
Oh, that was ages ago. Yeah.
I forget. There's a term.
I don't know the name, but basically they went down.
Yeah. So another example.
And a year ago, 2 years ago, they got a point.
Yeah, they got like point deduction as well.
Missed out on Champions League.
Yeah.
Well, they fought it like hell.
I don't know.
It feels like at the moment with the City charges as well, it's so easy for a club to take a bunch of lawyers and overturn anything.
Like Man City are doing right now.
They probably will. If Man City get charged and relegated, they'll overturn it.
I mean, it's like,
and I hate it, but
it's like the last charge they got. They were supposed to be 2 years out of the Champions League.
Yeah,
they managed to overturn it in
like a week.
It
took them no time at all.
It's ridiculous, especially because I think it was right after the back of Chelsea's transfer ban, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, as a Chelsea fan, I'm like, why have they just got away with like same kind of thing?
Worse. It was worse.
Yeah, it was worse, and like they get away with it. It's just.
Yeah. I want to see I want to see their points get taken away, their titles get taken away.
That's not going to happen.
Right, I tell you what, titles get taken away. Jose Mourinho becomes a Premier League winner, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer becomes a Premier League winner. I want to see it happen. Justice for Ole. # Justice for Ole. Get it on Twitter.
If they take the titles away, they're not going to give it to you.
Yeah, they won't give it to you and take it away from City. No.
They should.
But
Justice
we're
for
talking
Ole.
about international football anyway.
Get on Twitter, get in the comments. # Justice for Ole. He deserves his Premier League title.
Definitely not, man. I think Sam Allardyce is a better manager than
in my opinion, I think # Henry Slabhead should be.
Slabhead chatting shit.
TikTok started roasting you.
Literally 1 week's worth of podcast. I don't even. Hang on. That's not that big. That's not that big, bro.
He's going to get viral. He's going to get viral. We know.
It's the size of the head.
It's not that big. Yeah, no, I don't know why you've latched onto that, but
it was what Slabhead talking about Slabhead.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Will's loving it.
Our producer was loving that one. Is this your idea? Was it the shirt? Oh, I hate you.
No, it was my idea anyway. Lloyd fortunately lives on campus, so I just messaged him this morning because when I found out Isaac wasn't in. But Carlos, do you think it's easier qualifiers for the South American teams than the European teams?
No. There's no chance. Obviously,
¿Por qué?
The European.
Pick one. European or South America. Which
It's more difficult the South American qualifiers.
Ooh.
All the way.
What? Explain.
Because like in the European qualifiers, you can get very good teams, but you can get also like very, very, very bad teams. Like for example, what happened with France, that they won 14-0 versus Gibraltar. That's never gonna happen in South American qualifiers. And also because of the format and how they made in the South American qualifiers is one big league, and they qualify like that, and they need to beat each other. And I think it's maybe like the four and 6 countries that go on, and they all like play between each other. Also, the countries in general, like in South America, there's in general in every country there's like a football culture. So even though like countries are not like massively good, they have a level, and the conditions of the pitches are also like very influential for the players, because it's not the same like playing, for example, let's say in Gibraltar, that you have like a pitch in first world country, something like that, let's say, like a place where you can properly play football, than getting a plane from Brazil to Bolivia and playing at 9,000 feet, like over at like where you struggle to breathe and the pitch is not prepared. Like it's all that.
Well, like what happened with Enzo 2 international breaks ago when he couldn't come back for a game because he just was so drained after that.
Yeah.
So
I also think there's less qualification spots for South American countries. Yeah. So for Europe, there's so many teams. There's got to be so many more qualification spots.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, what you were saying, I think I agree with you 100%. That the South America is a much tougher qualification phase. I think personally as well, because the groups, like you said, the groups you come up against, like look at our group. Okay, this group this time is not too bad for the Euros with Italy being in it. But I think last few times, like, come on, seriously, we've not had proper, like...
Yeah. We've not been tested. England's not been tested for a while.
And you don't really get... And even in the Euros, you don't get, properly tested. You don't go out of the group and you get, like, a proper big country.
I think the true, like, best four or five teams in South America truly go on to the World Cup. Like, the best in that time, you know?
Okay, here's a question for you then. Who are the best top 4 or 5 teams in South America?
And bear in mind that Brazil and Argentina just lost.
Ooh.
I think what Marcelo Bielsa is doing with Uruguay, it's just purely super Bielsa.
Yeah. Oh, I forget that's where it went.
But like the energy that it puts in the team, it's insane. Especially with an international team where they're not playing. Well, they are playing every week, in terms of like their club teams, but they're not getting that Bielsa push that Leeds kind of suffered towards the end of their tenure in the Premier League, where they're just over-exhausted and overplayed, and I think overrun the system that Bielsa had.
Yeah, agreed.
I think we have to talk about Ecuador in that.
I agree.
Top 5 conversation.
I was going to mention them.
Yes.
They have a very young side with a lot of quality already there. Specifically the 2 Chelsea midfielders.
That's not where I was going to go.
Well, the 21-year-old and the 16-year-old who are absolutely running the show.
I was going to talk about Estupiñán.
Estupiñán as well, yeah.
Estupiñán is, when he's fit, I say he's injured at the moment, but when he's fit, is my first defender to go in my fantasy team.
Yeah.
He gets so many points. He's so influential. I thought when Cucurella went, Brighton were going to be screwed, but he's just stepped in and is even better.
Yeah, he's very good.
But it's like every player that's left Brighton, you think Brighton's going to be screwed, but they just kind of, I think they have this great like scouting team or something that just like brings in players like from the back ends of God knows where, and they turn out to be a star. Like
it's interesting because I have lectures with like guys from talent ID and recruitment, stuff like that, and one of them had heard from a certain sporting director from a big club talking about, and he was asked a question about could they sign players from South America, from these smaller countries like what Brighton are doing, and his response was, no, we couldn't do it, the fans wouldn't let us. What? But Brighton can, because they're an underdog, and if they sign a small player, they're going to trust them, and be happy with all the signings. So for the big club in question that he was speaking about, he's like, the fans would crucify us for signing a small player. So I disagree with that statement, by the way, but it's interesting.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll talk about injuries before we talk about Norway. Obviously, a lot of injuries, a lot of Man City injuries,
which is always good to see.
But there's also the question, are they getting injured to come back early? Because obviously their first game back is the shirt you're wearing. Yeah. Just to remind you. But you got like the likes of Gabi, Camavinga, Vinny, Emery, Stegen, Onana, Bastoni, Haaland, literally just to name a few.
A lot of big players and very important players for the teams are getting injured.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And even Gavi right now is so sad. He's out like for the whole season.
Yeah.
And that can literally destroy his career.
That could destroy his Euros hope like completely.
Well,
It's probably
not going to make.
Probably not going to the Euros.
Yeah,
which is mad.
But like, also, what do you guys think about the fact that FIFA have to now? Well, I don't know if they've always done it, but there's a big thing right now about FIFA having to pay clubs like per day that they're injured or whatever it is. Gavi and Vinny and all these players are actually about to make their clubs a lot of money for being injured. And with like Vinny and Camavinga, who aren't actually out for that long, who won't miss much of the season, they're going to make a couple mil. And then, yeah, they're not playing, but they're probably still going to win Real Madrid.
Yeah. Oh, Barcelona is getting around 4 million euros just because of Gavi's injured. So it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, especially for a team so in debt.
Yeah, it is a lot of money.
Definitely.
It depends, right? Because if they're out for a long time and you have to go out inside a replacement, then it's nowhere near enough money, like Gavi. But when it's a smaller injury, then it makes sense. But it's not just. This is just the next wave of injuries. It's been happening all season.
Yeah.
Think about the crisis that Chelsea had at the start of the season. How United is still going on with our injury crisis, with Onana now out and Eriksen out. Like it's been happening all league.
List growing as well.
Although some of them are suspended.
Yeah.
Some of them, it's their own fault,
Chelsea
let's be
game,
honest.
yeah.
But it's happening all over the Premier League, all over the kind of European leagues. It's just the amount of pictures that people have to play with. All these international breaks, the new tournaments that UEFA are coming out with, the Champions League getting bigger. It's just too much for some teams.
And like now they're expanding the World Cup as well to more games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Everything's getting expanded. Everyone wants more, but there's not enough room for it.
Yeah,
people are only human.
Money. It makes money.
It makes money, but players are human beings.
Do you think this is more fault about let's say like the season games, like league games, Champions League or cup games, or is more fault about the European qualifiers or that type of game? Because normally, like let's say club fans, for example, in Switzerland, Barcelona, Real Madrid, they are blaming these international games instead of the actual games like they play during the season. Because they say the international games are the one where, for example, if let's say a player like Vinicius have like some ratings like in, let's say in the training with Real Madrid, and he's like used to do like some sorts of things, then when he goes to Brazil, he maybe trains in another way or he plays in another way that maybe can help more into his playing style and fuck him up
It makes sense. It's a factor. I think everything kind of accumulates, and the amount of load and these changes, they're all factors that affect it and can either improve it or make it worse. So I think it's definitely a factor, but it's not wholly responsible. No.
But I think, even though I think it's more problem about the Champions League in extent, I think like that's a very big thing. And the amount of cup games, and even the fact like that has been always there, like for playing, for example, the Carabao Cup. That is a cup that is not really very important, like for top clubs that are, like let's say like Manchester City or Manchester United. There is also a title, but that also affects like a lot into this type of injuries now.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And on one English trophy to another, let's talk about some legends. Let's talk about some phenomenal players. Let's do our joint all-time purple show.
Let's go.
Premier League starting 11. Okay.
Agree with us. Agree with us.
We've debated this and we had some disagreements, but I think
let me explain. So, me and Dan have done our own 11, 4-4-2, and Carlos and Henry have done their own 11, 4-4-2, and we're going to bring both teams to the table, debate it out, and we want to obviously you guys to let us know if you agree or not. So, should we just get into it?
Yes.
Let's go into it. All right. We'll start with the keeper. Yeah, we'll start, and then you'll go next.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so in goal.
You want a drum roll?
Drum roll, please. Yeah.
I know exactly who you've gone for.
Conceding only 15 goals in one Premier League season. Petr Cech.
Yeah, knew you were going to say that. I mean,
I can take that,
incredible keeper. The record number of clean sheets.
Yeah, I mean, it says it for itself.
No, amazing.
I rate him, as I said, I love this man. He's a great person. But he can't.
He's a great footballer as well, not just a great person, mate.
But he can't go in.
Are you going Schmeichel?
Of course I'm going Schmeichel.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going
But here's the
Schmeichel.
thing, I thought about Schmeichel.
Treble winner.
thought
we were
winner.
sat there for a good
And
25
then-
minutes yesterday.
I brought up Schmeichel first. I said Schmeichel. I said same thing to treble winner.
Yeah.
Then we're talking about Premier League. all
But yeah,
the
we're
time.
just talking Premier League, remember?
And if we're talking about Premier League,
agreed, yeah.
Petr most clean sheets, conceded 15 goals in the season. Although it's part of the defense, part of the team, yes, but it's still the goalkeeper. That's his job to stop goals. And like,
True. But what about if you look at him on the pitch, of course he's a great goalkeeper, great leader in the team. But if you look at Schmeichel in that Man United team, the way he commanded that back line, it was incredible.
Yeah,
and
let's
the
say he has.
the consistency of Petr throughout the years as well. Like at least through his Chelsea.
He had a shorter career as well. Had more clean sheets.
But at the end, at Arsenal, it kind of went off the rails, didn't it?
That was more Arsenal, though.
That was just an
That was
Arsenal thing,
definitely
though.
Arsenal. And also,
but it still
but to be
affects.
fair, though, he actually went more off the rails in the Champions League than he actually did in the Premier League at Arsenal.
But he ended up riding the bench for Bernd Leno for a season. I know Schmeichel had that year at Man City.
Because he was like
Championship,
34.
but
He was like mid-30s. And of course, Leno, the young German goalkeeper, is going to be starting over him. He went to Arsenal to retire, as all Chelsea players do.
I still think
But still,
The
that's
way
part
he
of his
left
Premier League career, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the best part of his Premier League was nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
I love him as a keeper, and he is like it's these two. Like it's definitely
He's definitely
both have a
yeah.
shout.
Yeah, we
These
we,
two.
we,
Both
we
have
had
a
a debate on this.
So,
We did have a debate, but
so
we kind of agreed at the end.
Yeah, we agreed.
We agreed
Because
it's
at the end,
Schmeichel.
Schmeichel, for me, is not only about like how good you are as a goalkeeper. Schmeichel is like the goalkeeper, you know,
Yeah,
the presence,
the personality,
like,
the
all that.
presence. Yeah.
all right. So, obviously, we agree with
Yeah.
Czech. Sounds like you guys had to have a bit of a debate for Schmeichel. Carlos is probably going to be the deciding vote here.
I need to say, what's the goalkeeper?
Petr
yes.
Cech or Peter
You're
Schmeichel?
gonna pick between
After
Cech
what
and
we've said,
Schmeichel.
after what he's said,
You're gonna pick
Go on.
between Cech and Schmeichel.
Bro, don't let me down. Don't let me down. I have to sit
this
here.
is for the
I have to
purple
sit
show
here in this
all-time
garbage.
Premier
Or
League for the purple
talking
well, no,
In
we'll have,
context
if
of-
basically if you pick Schmeichel, we have to debate for the next half an hour.
talking in terms of my amazing and very extent Premier League knowledge.
I agree. His knowledge is great.
I've
Great.
seen Peter Cech doing some mad things.
But
He's in.
Oh, actually, yeah. On that, still getting the most Premier League clean sheets. Bro, he was almost killed on the pitch and then still managed to come back from that even
Yeah.
better.
that is
Top-
huge. Like the fact
No,
is to
but
wear a
it's-
helmet for half his
Yeah.
career, like it is mad.
You literally
Yeah, I'm gonna take a fact that is not in the Premier League, but you know it's because it's versus Barcelona. He managed to play Barcelona 6 times until his last 2 games. Messi didn't manage to score.
It was
against
only
him.
for Arsenal that Messi scored against
Yeah.
him.
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
only
When he played for
Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I think
that just says a lot.
I think that's it.
It does say a lot. Yeah, I mean, he's made a decision. I'm not happy with it, but we'll
No, bro, you never were going to be happy with
Yeah.
it.
no, agreed.
All right, so first position locked in, boys.
Okay.
How we feeling?
Not good.
Right back
Let's be
next?
honest.
Right back.
Right back.
Oh, there you go. What?
No. Let's be honest, right? The right back is easy as well, because there's only one man.
Who are you going
Who's
for?
your-
Obviously, it's Gary Neville.
God.
There's no chance you put Gary Neville.
It's Gary Neville. It is.
It really isn't
It
though. Like, it
is.
really is not Gary
It
Neville.
is.
Wait,
Like,
Prowsey,
let's
can I
be
just quickly see you for a second? Yeah, he's not happy either.
There's no way it's
Well,
Gary
you can
Neville.
sit down in the back there. No, it's only
Okay,
Gary
tell
Neville.
me, tell me why Gary Neville.
Yeah,
tell me
tell
why
me.
Gary Neville.
Tell me.
He's a leader. Like, you see, after Keane left, he was captain.
He
He's-
literally. Sorry, I'm just have to quickly buy in here. He literally tells everyone himself he was only good because he was in the Manchester United system.
The best players always do.
No,
The best players always
no,
play it
But
down.
no, wait. Can you take?
We went.
We went with Kyle Walker.
I'm still in the mind frame
Henry,
of about.
look at me.
He's instantly on our side. Well, they're talking about a joint team that they've
Exactly.
agreed on.
Yeah,
He's
is that
just
way-
he's just giving it to Henry, and then he wants to join our team.
You don't know how difficult it was to make the team.
It was not
no,
that
genuinely.
difficult. We didn't even argue about this one.
We
Probably gave up
We
arguing with you after the first one.
we didn't argue about Kyle Walker
No,
in
we
the
didn't.
team.
No, we didn't.
Oh, Will.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
nodding his head. Just so you know,
We had, like,
Prowsey's
a
nodding his
couple of
head.
words. We didn't talk about it. But
I mean, no, it wasn't the big debate, but because the other
The
debate
long-
is like,
Bigger, yeah.
the
Yeah.
longevity, the treble win, and
No, don't get me wrong, good player, but I'm not gonna lie. Dixon probably is above him in terms of Premier League player, and then this was actually our debate: was
Yeah.
Dixon or Kyle Walker? we then kind of came to the conclusion that, like, yeah, we know how good, like, that Dixon was really, really good, but we don't
never, like,
know it
really
personally.
watched it, like,
It's just what Neville won. Like, it doesn't matter if he's just won it because he's
What-
part of this
what-
team.
sorry.
He still won it.
Still won it, yeah.
What
Walker's won a lot as well.
what has he won that Kyle Walker hasn't?
Yeah,
Nothing.
nothing.
And also, we're just doing Premier League, so it's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
That stuff.
But, like, by the same time, yeah.
No, but that's
he won more.
presence,
He
that's
won way
important
more
too.
Premier Leagues. Than
Yes, he won
Scotland.
way more Premier Leagues, but, like, he was in a United side in the 90s, which was the only good team, pretty much.
Yeah, but then any other right backs that come through could have been signed to replace him, but no one did because
No.
he was reliable and he was.
He
he
was
the best.
reliable,
And he was the
wasn't
best.
the best. There's
He
a
was definitely
difference.
not the best. He was reliable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already been decided.
He has been basically.
How-
we know it's not.
How
gonna
has
be
an
Gary
all-time
Neville.
Premier League not got a single United player in it yet?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Wait,
I'm sure
yeah.
we will.
This
Yeah.
team should be
There will
entirely
be
United.
one.
haven't
No,
they?
no,
Three
no, no.
positions.
Let's go to the next one.
So
It's just not Gary
Well,
Neville.
you're speaking about United. First centre back on, Vidic. Second centre back on, John Terry.
Right, so I
I'll
agree
take
with
that.
one of these players.
If it's not John Terry, I'm going
It
to
is
slap
John
you.
Terry.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, if it wasn't John Terry, yeah.
It is John Terry in this instance because I love Vidic. He is one of the all-time greatest centre-backs in the Premier League, but he's not the best just because he wasn't playing in the Premier League for as long.
Whilst he was
there, he was
there.
a beast, and I love him. But Rio Ferdinand was there longer, and he did it the entire time. He was,
I
other than
agree
his
with
last season at QPR,
Yeah.
he was the top.
That's fine. We
That's
put Rio on our
one
bench.
I can concede to
Yeah.
Vidic and Rio because we did have a
Yeah.
thought about like whether
Yeah.
Vidic or Rio.
I did think Vidic is the second centre back, but John Terry, the things he won, the captain, the leader, he is. As much as I don't like
His-
Chelsea that much,
His stats,
His stats are
him,
incredible.
it's
Yeah,
John Terry,
I had to
bro.
concede him at centre back. Yeah, 100%.
his stats at centre back
Yeah.
are Oh,
Unreal.
Mr. Statman.
Yeah.
you must
Like-
understand.
Slab
Like
it,
him or
stats
hate
out,
him.
slab it,
SS
go on.
SS Slabhead stats.
Slab it, stats.
That's his section right there, bro.
SS Slabhead
That's his TikTok
stats.
section. Slap it.
Okay,
Slabhead
so
stats. If
we're
you want
going-
that, let us know in the comments for
Yeah.
next time. Thank you.
So we're going for Rio Ferdinand
Yeah,
and John
that's
Terry.
fine.
Yeah, I am happy.
I'm
to,
happy with
yeah,
that.
They're
I'm
both
happy
my
with that.
I
picks.
agree. Okay.
All right.
Left back then.
I think this is.
Oh,
not
that's-
even-
that's
I don't
not
think
even-
we need to
I
debate
agree,
this
I agree.
right
No,
now.
this is crazy.
This is just.
There's no need to debate.
I
this
think
one.
we said the same piece of people because you're a Chelsea fan, so it's definitely the same person. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you want to say it?
You go, actually,
You
do the
say it,
honours,
you
do
say
the
it. Ashley
honours.
Cole.
Yeah.
Ashley Cole.
It's not- it's
debatable.
the only man that Cristiano Ronaldo struggles against.
Yeah.
All-time best left
Massive
back.
thing.
Unbelievable.
A big. I think we should mention a couple of names that don't deserve to get in, but they deserve to be honourable mentions. This guy didn't know who he is, but Dennis Irwin
Yeah.
was
Yeah, Dennis
incredible.
Irwin was
This is
amazing.
one I'll
He
draw
was-
off as well, but it's
He
one
he
of
was
doesn't
those-
he was also a left back and a right back, so he could have been in the
Yeah.
argument.
Exactly. I said to him, we should consider Dennis Irwin
Oh,
as an option.
Perhaps he stood up. What's he saying?
Oh, I'll mention him in a minute. Don't
Yeah.
worry. I mentioned Irwin to this guy last time when we were playing our team, and he was like, "Who? Dennis Irwin."
No, but
was-
I understand why he doesn't
Can I
know
say-
him. I understand
Because he
why he
didn't-
doesn't
but
know
when?
him. Yeah,
but he
But
should
when?
learn.
a long time ago.
Long time. That's the
learn.
thing.
He was the left back during the treble.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a
And-
great player, but he could play both sides as well.
And just to kind of speak on Prowsey's shout as well, and
Don't
I
miss that,
agree, he's
don't-
definitely someone who should be mentioned is Leighton Baines
Yeah,
as a consistent for that.
I'll
Everton
mention
team.
him like a great
doesn't
player.
get in
but I
all
know
Yeah,
the
he's
time.
not-
I'll
he's
say
not-
like a.
he's a good player.
He's an iconic Premier League player. But
Exactly.
he's not
He doesn't get
the
in this team.
best,
No,
no,
nowhere near
by no
this team.
chance,
But
no.
he did so well. He deserves a mention, 100%.
All right, yeah. Do we want to go straight into the two midfielders or start
You
on the
did two.
right? Yeah, it's
We went
4-4-2.
We did 3.
Oh my
Well,
god.
you did 4-3-3.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Although to
matter,
be
it doesn't
fair,
matter.
there is a way we could do it. It's 4-4-2. There is a way we can do it. With
Okay,
4-4-2.
well, we
there a
agreed
way?
4-4-2 yesterday.
Is there a way? Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually
It works
agreed
better
to
with
do
the
that
way I
one.
had it before, but you know.
Okay,
since
should we
I
start with the
changed
right
it,
and
it
left
works.
first?
Yeah, we'll start on this. We'll
Shall
start
we
with.
start with. We're happy to start with right,
Right,
because
right.
that's the
Yeah.
player that moves for me.
Okay.
So for us, we went
We
right-sided.
debated this one a little bit. 'Cause
Salah.
there was, yeah.
Salah.
How
What
many
the-
see?
Could you turn around? Actually, could you just actually turn around a second?
I don't want to.
No, you can get up too.
I have to get up.
Yeah, to get up. Wait, just squat down a little bit. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy.
Sit on the table.
All time. I don't know.
No, I disagree.
I don't know.
Who have you guys gone for?
So initially, I'll say this right because I want to make his name mentioned because he deserved it. Some people need to put respect on this man's name. David Beckham.
he's
was
on our bench.
Yeah.
This
He
is
was the
what
man we
debate.
talked about, but we had to take him out. To be fair, he was playing
You've got right wing.
right centre mid. Who have I got right wing? Oh, we'll come into that later. That was a debate.
Oh, so you're playing him.
So
So he was going to play right centre mid, Beckham.
But he can actually play right mid.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the player who we've got in there, who kind of plays in the same area that Carlos had to have in, and I hated putting this man in, Kevin De Bruyne.
You can't tell me Kevin De Bruyne is not one of the best players in the history of the Premier League.
He's not in our starting 11. He's on our bench.
You joking?
But he's
No.
No. But
De Bruyne.
we had a debate about this yesterday, and we said in a one-off game we start probably De Bruyne as a 10 in a one-off game, but in a 4-4-2 all-time just position specific.
Yeah.
For a 4-4-2, he doesn't fit. Does that make sense?
Not that he doesn't fit,
But it's
he
like-
doesn't fit the
system.
Options,
Yeah.
based on like,
Yes, but
This is something we want to do. Like we'll do another one of these as probably next international break,
Yeah, but
but
he's
we'll
not-
do like an
he's
actual,
not
almost like a cup final team.
yeah.
Because then obviously you can like bring in the Drogba, where it's actually you probably would start him in a cup final.
There
over
are people who
players.
have good moments, but
That's what I'm saying.
it doesn't
he's not
make the team.
he's not the player that would sit there either, no?
Yeah,
He is.
but he wouldn't be on the right side. No,
We played a
No, but
4-3-3, so
from
the
the
way it
players-
would work.
but in a
is he would go
4-4-2 he
right.
wouldn't be.
No,
on the
one
right.
of the one.
So if it was 4-4-2, where are you putting KDB right now?
Right mid.
No,
Because
one-
we've got two other centre mids who can't play wide.
Yeah.
Where's the Beckham then?
Beckham would have-
Initially he was
Vale,
the
let's
first
say
choice.
Kevin De
Right,
Bruyne.
okay.
We
No,
debated.
It's
and had to
not.
take
It's
him out.
not. It's not a reasonable comparison.
I would. Would you be willing to step onto my side and put Beckham in
On where?
on the right mid?
No, but not Beckham.
Because I don't think
Here's-
Salah deserves
here's
it.
the
No,
thing,
Beckham
right?
was amazing.
No, but you
we
can't take- you
debated-
can't-
We debated Salah and Beckham's. I think I brought Beckham up
Yeah.
when because he had Salah, and I was thinking it must be enough for one as well because I feel like Salah is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, he's a great player, scored tons of goals. But I just felt like Beckham had this like X factor almost like something that's like super like yes his superstardom.
Those
I think his superstardom kind of made him seem like I don't know a bit overrated sometimes, but I think people actually do underrate how good David Beckham actually was.
Oh, yeah, 100%. He gets
Because
left behind. And
I think
that's
it's-
because of his time at Real Madrid.
It's because of his superstardom, and people think, oh, he's the model. He's the pretty.
Yeah, he
boy,
had
but
a
he's-
big life out of football, so that
Yes.
makes a lot of people think like if you have a bad performance, it's like shit because you're doing this
because
and
you're
this
doing
and
that
this
and
and
yeah,
this.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, we've
So-
all seen the documentary, haven't we? We've all watched it.
Yeah.
No,
we
but
haven't.
I
You
watched,
haven't seen the documentary?
Not all of it.
You
but-
need to watch
I've
it.
only
Yeah.
seen this clip.
The-
You need to watch
where he
it.
goes
The
into
career
Oh,
of
he's
David
talking
Beckham
about
was
the
incredible.
car that is.
Yeah.
that car,
Yeah, what car did your dad drive?
Oh, that was an incredible moment. But as people remember that and don't remember how his amazing free kicks. He's still the best free kick taker of
And
all
you
time.
can't rate a player on
Ward-Prowse, you're
free
not
kicks.
there yet. You're not there yet. Beckham still has the title.
Keep in mind, single-handedly dragged England to a
Yeah.
World Cup as well.
Exactly.
that's.
It doesn't really count here because it's Premier League only.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But
But is the
how
kind
many
of-
seasons has Mo Salah had so far? How many seasons has it been since he arrived? Because I can't remember off the top of my head.
Maybe like I reckon. I'm gonna off the top of my head. I'm gonna say 7. Not
Because
6.
people seem to be
Oh, Liverpool.
downplaying the importance of
He
how
arrived
long
in
you're in the Premier League.
17-18
You say
season.
6 or 7 years. Maybe.
So that's 6 years.
So
Mo Salah.
But why? What's your point?
just
My
you guys,
point
you guys
is-
keep talking.
Like, how long you're playing in a league is important. If you're only here for 2 seasons and you do really well, it's great, but you're not the best of all time.
No, yeah, like.
But
Can't
he's been. But, sorry, no.
But
He's been
but he's
6
been-
seasons
almost
and
like
he's
the whole-
been
Yeah.
Well, this is my
debatably the best
question.
player. In, the
Oh,
best player.
Are you talking about De Bruyne now?
Sorry.
No.
De Bruyne or Salah?
Salah.
De Bruyne or Salah? No, I'm talking about Salah. Debatably.
Well,
not
that's
for
my
me.
question. Is it 6 years? Is that how long it's been? Because that
Yeah.
changes things.
Of course, it's been.
How long did David Beckham?
17
It's
seasons.
definitely about 6 years.
17, 18, 18, 19.
Because the first couple
19,
years,
20,
the first couple
20,
years of
21.
Liverpool, they didn't win anything. Then they started winning like.
So
it's been at least 5-6 years.
comparison time.
Seasons.
So Salah's been there for had 243 appearances. Beckham had 265.
Yeah.
149 goals for Salah, 62 for Beckham. 63 assists for Salah, 80 assists for Beckham. Clean sheet doesn't matter.
Does it have trophies on there?
Beckham had 43 yellow cards compared to Salah's 8.
Yeah, but that United team
yeah.
was very aggressive. The style of football has changed since then.
Yeah.
I think we need to. The main thing is Salah's only won 1 Premier League. How many Premier Leagues did David Beckham
But
win?
it's not even.
How many
about
did he
that.
win?
But why are you rating the successfulness of the whole team?
I feel like part of me is I'm siding with you with Beckham, to be honest. Like, there's parts of me is like, I don't know. It's,
We had this debate, didn't we, me and
But
you?
what are we judging?
trophies.
The
The thing is,
player.
like, both players have things that the other can't replicate,
Agreed.
Yeah.
which is
They're
something
very
we can all
different.
agree on. They're very different types of players.
Mhm.
You're not going to see Beckham running in behind and getting on the end of a through ball.
Which is why I put him centre mid, because in modern football, that's where he would play. Because he would not be a right winger. He's not pacey
No,
enough.
he's
He's not.
definitely
He's
not
not
pacey.
scoring many goals.
Well, the technique on.
If we're playing a
we-
4-4-2 and we've dropped De Bruyne because
Fit, yeah.
it doesn't fit, then can we put Salah in as well ahead of Beckham?
Yeah.
For me, Salah.
Because
I
can
think
Salah
Salah's
be
still-
that right midfielder?
I think Beckham deserves to be mentioned and put on the bench, but I think Salah starts right mid.
I think purely like as much as I.
But
dig
imagine Salah with
the-
Kyle Walker behind him, bro.
It's like it's the goals for Salah. If Salah didn't have the sheer amount of goals he has, I wouldn't even question. I wouldn't even have
Yeah.
it in this team.
It's the same thing with Van Dijk. I love that no one
He
brought
has
Van
it,
Dijk,
bro.
by the way. He
because
doesn't
he has these
deserve it.
goals, he has to like.
So I
He's
very
think
clinical,
we have to
Yeah.
go Salah,
He is clinical.
All the way.
and that's basically sorted out our bench already. We've already sorted out our bench: Schmeichel, Vidic, De Bruyne, and Beckham, and we haven't gone to the strikers yet.
I mean, as I say, I dropped Beckham from my team for a 4-3-3-4 for De Bruyne because I was like I had to
Yeah.
give him something. Otherwise, he
De
wasn't going
Bruyne,
to
please.
impact it.
You're not gonna put him in the team.
He's going to be on the bench.
I guess De Bruyne
No,
on the.
but it's because
Yeah,
it's
De Bruyne on
because
the
of the
bench.
formation.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it was
Bench.
4-3-3, he'll be in.
Yeah,
The two. Okay, we should go left side first.
left
or-
side first.
Are we talking left-sided centre mid or
No,
left mid?
Left mid. Yeah.
Okay,
Who are
right,
you guys
yeah, yeah.
going?
So this was going to be our left winger, but I think he works at left mid anyway. He played left mid anyway, and that is the second all-time appearance maker and the top assister
Oh, no.
of Premier League era.
Get out.
Ryan Giggs
Get out.
deserves to be in
He
this
deserves
team.
to. He deserves. You know what? He deserves to be in prison. So
Whatever you make of his character. Okay, he's obviously
Clip
not.
that. Clip that.
Oh, I'll touch it again. No, I mean,
Henry, what's your shout?
Hmm?
What's your shout?
What's our
Oh.
shout?
oh yeah, good point.
I think it's.
it's beautiful football.
It's-
That's what our shout is.
I know
Our shout is
exactly
beautiful football.
I dare I say.
I know who you're
Yeah, I
talking
could
about.
say it quite comfortably with
Yeah.
chest. The
Yeah, I know who you are.
best. Oh, Henry's there, but one of the best dribblers the Premier League's ever seen. One of the most influential
No, I know.
players Chelsea's ever seen.
Just say it. Just say it.
Eden Hazard.
I had him.
Has to be.
I had him in my
Has to,
team,
like,
and he made me take him out.
No.
No,
No.
don't try and
No,
take
no,
him out.
no, no, no,
Fighting
no.
already.
No,
He made
I
me
said
take him out.
I'm going. Do you want me to go with the team?
No, don't go with
Go
that.
with that.
Ryan Giggs,
Come over.
bro.
We had this debate. I said you need to put this player in, and you can't take Hazard off because he wanted to have Giggs in the team.
You have to
And
have
I
him.
don't get it.
cannot
I
No
just
one's
don't
got
get it, bro.
more assists. No one's got more
Stop
Premier
being
League
stubborn.
titles.
See the football. You need to see the players play.
I-
Hazard, bro.
What, you don't think
Remem-
Giggs
Bro,
play good football?
there is no-
He
remember.
played great football.
Think about a player like Eden Hazard in the last
I know.
25
I
years.
said I want him in, but
What?
not for
Bro,
Giggs.
No,
I
no,
think
but
if
You
think-
can't go in
Hazard-
for Giggs.
Think about a player like Eden Hazard. Do you think it's more difficult to replicate that player like Eden Hazard or like Ryan Giggs?
Bro,
Ryan Giggs just had years on him. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's-
Well,
that's
He
why I'm
wasn't
that's
that.
important,
He wasn't
bro.
that amazing.
Doesn't mean he
And
doesn't get in
Eden
his
Hazard
team.
could do that,
Bro,
and then the
Eden
whole game's
Hazard
changed.
literally
Like I said, I love him,
changed
and I
the
put
game.
him in my team, but not over Giggs.
Nah,
Yes,
definitely
over Giggs.
He's
No.
definitely
Is that the
Oh,
other? Is that
for
the
me.
other player? Can't.
Guys,
no,
you're
but-
forgetting how great he was.
He was
Greg
for
Giggs
about
was a
2
good
seasons,
player, yes.
and then he was okay for like the other 15 seasons.
No one's won more Premier League titles. That's the most important
But
thing.
you
Doesn't-
can't.
we're
You
not-
It's
can't.
just- we're talking about a Premier
you
League
can't-
all-time list.
Henry, you
But
can't.
we're
Premier
talking
League
about
titles are
we're talking
important.
about positions.
No,
we're
but you
talking
can't-
about the best left mid. We're not
Yeah.
talking about the
We're
one
not-
that's won the
yeah.
most
But,
trophies.
even that, you can't judge a player in the trophies that he's won because that's not only on him. It's on, maybe there's a player that is not that good. He won a bunch of things, and you don't put it in the
Would
team
you
with all
say
that. You know what I mean?
Caballero is one of the best keepers in the world?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say
Well,
he's going
he's
to
won so many trophies.
But he didn't play. He barely plays.
But that doesn't matter.
doesn't
Giggs
matter.
played
Well,
in every single one of the seasons.
also,
30 games.
look at the Premier Leagues that Giggs won compared to Hazard. Hazard won those Premier Leagues basically on his own, whereas Giggs basically could run up and down the left wing and
Giggs was
against in the 90s as well, when football wasn't that good.
Manchester United team.
That's
Man United team
you
that
can't
was
judge that
elite.
either.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm saying
But it doesn't
football wasn't
mean
that
he
good
wasn't
back
good.
then, and
No, it
therefore
doesn't
winning
mean
those
he
trophies
wasn't
was
good,
a
but
lot
it made
easier.
it easier to win the league, as you say, when you were playing.
But I'm only
Maybe a little
saying
bit,
that
but-
to counter him saying, "Oh, he's
Yeah,
won so many
winning
trophies."
I mean, no,
I
this-
don't think he's better than Hazard.
Yeah,
I think-
I do not think.
No
he's a
better, but
player
it's
than
true that you need to judge consistency at some points,
Yeah.
and Hazard have Hazard have had some dead seasons at Chelsea.
He did.
But
No,
like
but,
really
but
dead.
thing is
But
though,
he was
No,
incredible.
but
In his-
that one season for the player that Eden Hazard is
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
And Giggs
But-
didn't have that.
but the
season.
thing
but
is,
then
like,
but then what did
but
he
for
do at the end of
one
that season?
Exactly.
What did he do at the end of that season?
He stopped Tottenham winning a league
He's still
title.
he was still influential in deciding who won the title.
Yeah, I do love Eden Hazard. I do want him in this team. I just don't think you can put him in over Giggs.
I think
I've-
you can
I've
easily
vote
put him
Hazard.
in over Giggs.
I know you
let's
guys are going to vote for Hazard. I know
let's
you
put
will.
it to a vote.
Let's vote. Let's
Vote.
be.
No, let's not vote.
Okay.
Just say it. Just say it.
Yeah, hold on.
I know you
Wait. Any last points here to make about?
I've made my
Hazard,
points.
Giggs?
Anything to say?
Just look at what Hazard brought to football.
Yeah.
Was Giggs in a time like put Giggs now compared to Hazard when he was at his prime. Giggs prime, Hazard prime. Who are we putting him? And also bear in mind, Hazard was the only person ever that's been in the conversation with Messi and
And
Ronaldo.
I don't know, like, if you guys seen that Obi Mikel
In
podcast.
not
Have you
like
seen-
compared to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but third.
In the Premier League or in everything?
He was one of the very few players who's been saying, "Oh, he's
Yeah.
the third best in the world," not third best.
Bro,
in
it's
his
been
prime.
said even by Arsene Wenger
Yeah,
that, like,
Have you seen Neymar play football?
this was when Neymar was here.
this is when Neymar
When
was there.
Neymar wasn't.
Yeah.
No, but here's the thing.
That's another podcast.
Here's the thing. Right? I don't know if you've seen Obi Mikel's podcast, but he was talking about
I love that podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a great
good.
podcast, fantastic.
It's good.
But
This one's
he was
better,
talking
just-
about Hazard's
Yeah, check us out
Hazard's,
first, then
like
him.
work ethic, and saying like if he had the work ethic of Ronaldo,
He
he
could
would
be,
be
yeah.
at that level. But he came into training,
He didn't.
didn't tie his laces, came with joggers, like just turn
Yeah.
up late.
What happened in
stand
Madrid?
around there, and like even he said Mikel was saying John Terry even tried to get to him. Hadji would say, "Leave me alone, I'll do my thing."
Yeah.
And he turns up on a weekend. does
Oh,
a
it was
match.
it was the West Ham game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was the West Ham game. He didn't know any of the West Ham players. He just said, "Don't worry, I still
Yeah.
won us the game," and he does that goal.
He
And he
scores
goes,
that
"Bum, bum,
goal.
bum."
He just like he makes Declan right.
Yeah.
Could Ryan Giggs do that?
No.
No,
Probably
I
not.
think he could have done.
no.
I disagree.
He could do it when playing Collins. Yeah, he could do it. Players there.
Anyway, we got to.
I mean,
start
it is what it
speeding up.
is.
Right,
It is
so
what it is.
Eden Hazard.
Eden Hazard.
Eden Hazard.
Lovely.
The fact that there's only been one Man United player and not a single player from that.
We haven't
treble
done
winning team.
midfield.
I know, but there should be at least one in by now.
Tranquilo.
There is
No,
one
not
in.
Rio
No,
Ferdinand.
not from the
Ferdinand.
99
Oh,
treble
yeah.
winning season.
Well,
Ah.
we're probably about to introduce one more.
I hope so.
Who's in your midfield too?
Yeah, give us you two.
Now you say it.
Do you want me to say?
Because he knows he's going to upset us.
Well, obviously one of them's Paul Scholes.
Yes.
Obviously.
Agree.
I agree with that.
Thank you, thank God. And the other one, there's debate over a few different names.
Let
I'm
me
not
just.
putting
Let me just. Who you say?
Go on. I want to hear.
Roy Keane.
No. What?
We called it. We called it.
No way. you're
It's
putting
Roy Keane.
Well, no,
Our
wait,
captain for
wait.
years, bro. It's
Wait,
something he won.
Bro.
Maybe there's a 3v1
We-
again.
we-
Do you shout?
Lampard.
I go with him.
Really?
You take it. Yeah.
Over Roy Keane. I mean,
Yeah.
Roy Keane over Lampard.
I knew you'd put him in because of his goals.
Goals, but
Yeah, you said it. True, you said it.
we also said he'd say Roy Keane.
If you're gonna
Very
put,
predictable teams.
If you're gonna put Salah in for production and like what he contributed,
But I
that-
wouldn't-
not
I
the
wouldn't
same. It's
though.
not close.
I
It's not
wouldn't.
close.
Okay, but that's why my thing with Beckham and Salah was like, I think Salah is there because of the goals he scored. Because I don't know, in a big game you don't see like Salah scores a goal is critical, but he's not there like Eden Hazard was, like where he's actually influencing.
No,
the
it's that
fucking
there's
attack,
there's
like,
different
really,
players
like-
because Eden Hazard can do. Let's say at playing football as a thing, Eden Hazard is miles ahead of a lot of players in the Premier League, and Salah is not ahead in playing football. Let's say Hazard is more. Not Hazard. Salah is more like a clinical player that he's not gonna fail. You know
Yeah.
that he's gonna get in every game like 2 goals, 1 goal, and assist.
Frank
And
Lampard was gonna do the same thing for Chelsea every single.
He's
game.
the
But it's
only
not- I-
he's
I-
the only
He's
midfielder
the
that
only
could do it.
midfielder that can do that, bro.
but
Right. I mean, let's say this now. You've been saying all this time that it's a system, right? 4-4-2.
Yeah, Keane fits a 4-4-2 better.
Keane fits a 4-4-2 better. There's no defensive midfielder right now. Currently, we've got a left winger, a right winger, like who play like strikers in Premier League currently.
I'm just saying that when we finish
Scholes-
with the attack.
Scholes plays deep, but he's a great playmaker. You need someone in there who's defensive, and Roy Keane was the best DM.
We were thinking Vieira then.
Yeah, I was thinking like
Vieira is the other
on
one.
my- I
But-
think we are
but
forgetting
on
big name as well. Like we got
Gerrard,
mention Steven Gerrard.
yeah.
Like obviously
But
he is.
Not as
what
good as Paul Scholes.
what the reason why we wanted to do the cup final starting 11, and you'd probably put Roy Keane in the cup final starting 11. You'd put Lampard if in a midfield 2 in that midfield position. Who was the best? Scholes and Lampard. If you're doing it like that, like how we've just gone that right mid, right wing, who was the best in that position, not system. That's why Salah and Hazard can play in that 4-4-2.
You're not convincing me, Roy Keane.
Yeah.
Really?
I think it's got to be.
I think I am, and you just don't want to admit
No,
it.
no,
It's difficult because Lampard played as he didn't play as a 10, but he played almost as a 10. All the goals he scored.
He was an 8.
He played as an 8, bro.
But he was their goal scorer. He scored. That was what he did,
We had-
right?
we had a-
Roy Keane was the DM. He was the defensive midfielder. He was never going to score goals because he was never going to put himself in that position. He was in there to be the enforcer. He was the leader. He backed up his boys. He made those risky tackles. He broke the fraud's
Okay,
barber's
but also,
leg.
like-
Wait.
Okay, you go first.
On that, if we're not putting Lampard in, we're putting Keane in, who we put on the bench? De Bruyne or Lampard?
Ooh, this is
back.
sorry, this is not a question. This is not a question.
No,
guys.
no, it is a question
This
because
is
I know.
not- oh my God,
because
no.
I know what they're going to say, and I agree with them. Lampard.
No, but
Oh, you watch football backwards,
Okay,
guy.
no,
I'm
no,
telling
no,
you.
here's
No,
the
no,
thing,
no,
here's
no,
the
no,
thing.
no, no, no,
Okay.
no.
It is Lampard. It is 100% Lampard.
How? Pero
Bro.
Keane,
Okay, wait,
what?
are we agreeing on
Bro.
Roy Keane? I'm still fighting this
I'm
Lampard
still,
in midfield.
but
over
I
Roy
was just
Keane,
trying to,
bro.
I was trying to make him
Yeah.
lean for the
But
Lampard
even
so
De
that we
Bruyne-
keep De Bruyne in
but
there.
how?
Yeah,
No, 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 no.
Lampard bench.
No.
I feel like you need to put Lampard in
And where's De Bruyne?
with Scholes and Gerrard.
I
and
say De Bruyne
if
bench.
you
and
do-
I say De
Lampard in
Bruyne
the
bench,
team.
Lampard team.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Lampard off.
No.
Off team and bench.
Nope.
Yes, like because it's more debatable Roy Keane than even Kevin De Bruyne for me. De Bruyne De Bruyne is not in this team because he's not fit in the system. De Bruyne should be in the whole time.
No, because he's not a centre mid. Lampard was a centre mid.
No, but I mean like
The only reason he
because of-
plays centre mid a little bit is because Pep's there. Pep is the only one to make him play centre mid. If you took Pep out of there, he would never have been good as a centre mid. He would have played 10 or he wouldn't have played.
He played 8-ish.
Yeah.
Right. He only plays 8 for Pep.
Yeah.
I think it's between Lampard can't be considered for the Keane role. It should be It should be either Vieira or Keane because
I don't think. I
he's
honestly
not
don't think
defensive midfielder.
you
need one
guys are going to say
midfielder.
no, and we're going to say no. So,
Yeah.
Prowsey, stand up, please. Lift up your left hand. You going for them?
Point.
And bench. Bench Lampard
De
or
Bruyne or Lampard.
Lampard.
Oh, you
Cool.
taking?
All right.
Okay, no. De Bruyne.
I'm happy that Lampard's still in it. That's all that
this-
I'm
matters.
happy he's
Yeah,
in
on
it,
the bench.
but
Happy he's on
I
the
don't
bench.
know about
Mira,
this.
look at me.
Over
look at me.
Keane.
Zero football knowledge. Zero. De Bruyne out
All
of
right.
the pump.
Yeah, but we just got to get through it. We gotta
No,
get
no,
through it.
no,
Roy
yeah.
Keane and that's still
Bro,
No, no, no.
you need a
No,
DM.
we
They're not the same
No,
category.
I want to
Yeah,
hear
they're not
your.
same
I want to hear
category,
your
no.
strikers.
Strikers.
Yeah.
Well,
want to
our
If
two
you never DM,
strikers.
Patrick Vieira is way better than Roy Keane. Any day. Of
No,
the
I
week.
disagree.
Patrick Vieira is in
I
there
disagree.
over Roy
Strikers.
Keane.
Strikers.
bro.
No, strikers.
I'm sorry, I have to bring this up.
We've already made our decision now. It's done. Let's move on to the forwards. Sorry.
Okay, strikers. I think there's one clear one.
Oh, yeah, you do the one that you wanted. I'll
Yeah.
do the one I wanted.
Thierry Henry has to be there.
Alan Shearer.
And you can argue Thierry on wing, but like Thierry Henry is there.
So neither of those boys are in my team.
You didn't
Or
put
even on my
Thierry
bench.
Henry.
Thierry Henry.
Or Shearer.
This
Talk
is,
about ball
this
knowledge.
is another debatable one.
we talked about this for ages. Just to
You
clarify.
gotta say Wayne Rooney, huh?
Just to clarify.
You gotta say Wayne Rooney. though.
One of our
you've been
players.
calling all of them yesterday.
One of our players was going to play right wing, and I didn't want him in the team. I didn't want him in
He
the team
needs to
for
be-
Hazard.
he needs
I want
to
Hazard
be
to
in
start
the team.
over him. So one of our strikers is Wayne Rooney,
Are you
all-time
saying
England
Aguero?
and Man United
Was
goal
it
scorer.
Aguero?
Aguero's on our bench. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
same.
with the goal scorer. Yeah, he's plays for Man City, but yeah, he did do some good moments. The other striker,
0.69 goals per game, bro.
Yeah.
the other striker who was going to play right wing is Ronaldo, but I didn't want him in the team because he didn't do it for long
You
enough.
need to put Cristiano
We-
Ronaldo in the team. There's
we
no chance
agreed.
to put him out.
We agreed. If we're just doing Premier League,
He doesn't get in.
doesn't get in.
Take
I
his
agree.
Real Madrid years.
No,
No.
you can't.
You can't.
If it was
No,
if it was a
so
La
the
Liga,
last-
if
so
it
you
was a La
tell me you
Liga
take-
or
you
an
take-
all time,
all time.
So
then
you
Ronaldo's in
taking
there.
out the last Ballon d'Or winner for the Premier League?
yes.
That's nonsense.
Because he
I'm
wasn't
saying,
good.
No. Like no, it doesn't.
We
make
are
sense.
thinking, when we think about him as a great player, and he is top 2 of all time, we're thinking of his Real Madrid years, all the Champions
But
Leagues he
because
won,
he
all the Ballon
performed-
d'Ors he
but be-
won.
no, but
Other than
because-
one was all in Madrid.
That's from
But
Man
that's-
United
I
fans as well,
wish-
coming
That's
from
yeah,
Man
and that's coming
wish-
from
No,
United
But
fans.
that's
Yeah,
because he performed even better at Real Madrid. That's the thing. You have that
Yes.
perspective of because he.
But
he
he was
did
at Madrid,
better.
so it doesn't count.
So you think that
No, of
Ronaldo
course
at
that doesn't
Man
count.
United was better than Thierry Henry at Arsenal?
No, I'm taking Alan Shearer off.
Yeah.
That's what I can't
Yeah,
do.
Was that Shearer
Right.
over?
I'm taking Alan Shearer.
So we've got-
Even though
Okay,
he's the
so
maximum goal scorer.
What's your top 2 then? Like front 2.
For me,
Yeah.
Thierry Henry and Cristiano Ronaldo. For me.
Right,
For
for
you?
me, it's Rooney, and I'll take Shearer because he's top goal scorer of all time.
But that doesn't-
For me, it's Shearer and Henry.
Henry and Shearer. Like I had Kane there as well,
But you can
Right,
put.
I think Shearer goes in just because we three of us have voted for Shearer.
No, but you can.
But then
you
we've
can
got to
put
debate
Shearer.
Henry,
If you put Shearer, you
the
need to
other
put
two.
Giggs because it's the same reason.
No, but
Giggs-
I think that what
I-
Shearer brought
yeah.
to Newcastle and Blackburn was so. But he was in a
My
Newcastle
original-
side.
yeah.
We did talk about
Which
Shearer. We did talk
wasn't
about Shearer.
that like the Blackburn side was great. Don't get me wrong, that was
Yeah.
good. But the Newcastle sides he was in and still scoring that many goals a season.
Yeah.
Like you,
No, that is
it's unreplicable.
Yeah.
The Giggs thing is replicable. If someone was good enough, like let's say someone who gets lots of assists at winger, give me an example. Anyone,
I'm trying to think.
just current.
Mitoma gets. some
Matoma. I
assists?
say Matoma played the same amount of.
But you can't say no. You can't say that either, because you're telling me by that point that it's more difficult to perform very good at Newcastle than perform amazingly at Manchester United, and I don't agree with that.
I will say this right.
No, he was
The
amazing.
only
in it.
reason-
No,
Jesus.
yeah, he was amazing, but I think, for example, Ronaldo.
He's the greatest English striker of all time.
Vale, yes,
Well,
very good.
that's the
But-
best. But
Very good, okay. But being the best player in that Man United side, as Cristiano Ronaldo was, I think that it's more difficult because he's highest peak.
he wasn't
no,
the best
but
player.
he was also surrounded by high quality players.
He
Yeah, but
wasn't
he
the
was
best
the
player.
best.
So he
around
was
those high
performing
quality-
in terms of goals less than Shearer was at Newcastle with a better team behind him.
But it's not.
Ronaldo-
It's not padding now.
Ronaldo
That's-
wasn't
that's-
the
that's-
best.
But it's still. But I'm saying like if you look at it in a comparative way like that, if you're because you didn't never really watch Shearer, right?
Not that much.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of Shearer.
Yeah, and I know.
See, the other name I brought up to Tom.
But he wasn't even in our team. What are you talking about?
No, right,
This
right,
man-
let me- I wanted to say
He
this
started
right.
now.
The only reason I didn't put Shearer in the team is because he only won one Premier League.
Yeah,
And as much as you guys don't think that's important, I think the number of Premier Leagues you win is very,
Okay.
very important.
So if you're saying that, there's another name I brought up to
Go
Tom
for it.
actually.
Yeah,
which
shoot.
is Sergio Aguero.
yeah,
He's on our
He's on
bench.
our bench.
He's on our bench as well. I
Yeah.
think, yeah,
All the way.
he
Because
did win Premier Leagues. He was very critical
was-
to
it
Man
was-
City.
it was-
I
it-
just,
the thing
if I'm
that
honest,
I
it's
cons-
biased. Like, I don't want him in my team at all.
but I
couldn't
think he
even
has to
consider
be
him.
on the bench at least.
Yeah, he does.
Like the things
I'll
I
put him on the bench.
conceded about with Shearer because of that fact with like the teams he's kind of done it with. And,
Yeah.
like, you think about it in perspective, like it's not easy to do so with a team that's maybe not the elite team
Yeah.
of that era.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'm happy to put Shearer in. I think.
And for a striker,
Well, three of us
goals-
have voted for Shearer, so we
goals
put
is
Shearer
Yeah,
in.
three
not
for
striker.
Shearer and 3 for Henry. That's
Yeah.
what. That's it.
But
Henry and
you
Shearer.
can't.
We got a smashing team.
As much as Henry was incredible, and he was incredible,
Oh, no,
Rooney
we
is the
actually
top goal scorer for the best English side of all time, and
we looked
he's
up.
England top goal
We
scorer.
If you
looked
wanna
up
talk
like
about
his
top goal
stats
scorers,
and
put
stuff like
Lampard
that.
in there because
Yeah.
like, Lampard's the highest Chelsea goal scorer in the midfield.
And we were happy to
Like a
concede.
central
We were happy to
midfielder
concede
doing
for
that.
Keane. You guys
Yeah.
concede for Henry. Well, you
Henry-
want to.
No, no,
I
no,
think-
he-
I don't
he
think you even
conceded.
need
I
to
agree.
concede.
There's not
for
enough
Henry.
United players.
You
There's
don't
no
need to
debate.
concede it.
No,
That's
there's
There's
not
not
amazing.
enough
Backing
United players in this
Henry.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't need to debate.
Was it him with like 0.68 goals per game and like.
Yeah, it's,
Bro, he's not even that.
1.68.
You see him playing. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's amazing.
Like,
Like,
it's like he's one of the Eden Hazard people. It's like,
Yeah, it's the same
just
like with Eden Hazard.
magic,
You
know what I
just-
mean? You can't replicate this guy.
So,
How many?
are we agreeing with Henry and Shearer striker and bench of Schmeichel, Vidic, Lampard, Beckham, Aguero?
Like Statman's got.
Hang on, no, because we need to talk about Henry v Rooney is not done yet. How many years did he play for Arsenal? How many seasons did he get before he went to Barcelona? Because I don't know.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know.
I gotta check that one out.
It's definitely not as many as Rooney, right?
No, obviously
No,
not.
it's definitely not as much.
Rooney was in the Premier League for years.
Exactly. So that should count for something.
it's the same thing as Ryan Giggs.
100%.
Yeah.
It's the
You
same
can't be
thing, it's
great
not-
and then leave for another league and then still be the best of all time. You left.
Imagine
People-
how great he was that people still think he was like the
Yeah.
amazing player.
The
There.
fact
Bro,
that
it's
he
it's
didn't
it's
play-
why
doesn't
it's
make
why
him better than
Bergkamp gets
Rooney.
in the conversation with so many professional footballers. Talk about Bergkamp in the Premier League. He wasn't there for very long, but what he did was insane.
But it's so small though. It doesn't over a
matter.
period of time.
We're
Rooney-
talking about someone in their prime in that position.
Yeah, in that position. Well, Henry played left.
He played at striker as well
Yeah, but a little bit
with
of striker.
Bergkamp.
Right.
Bro, you ain't winning.
Yeah.
How is Rooney not getting in this team? Rooney
We understand why he
was
should
the
be.
best player of. He's up there with the best player in the Premier League of all time.
Yeah, I think he's
100%.
underrated.
I think you could argue.
He should have won
Rooney,
Ballon d'Ors.
Aguero on the bench. You can argue
Yeah.
that one.
I cannot-
But
Rooney is debated on whether or not he
Aguero-
should have won Ballon
Aguero
d'Ors.
was-
Aguero
But,
something
but
else,
also
bro.
you do look at Rooney's goals though. He scored
Exactly.
amazing. All
The
like
vital
so
thing against
many
Man City.
highlights.
Oh,
Like the amount of goals he scored, and a lot of them were bangers. Like you can instantly think halfway line.
yeah.
And
First goal for Everton.
You don't
bicycle
you
against Man
think
City.
Thierry Henry didn't score bangers.
No, I'm not saying.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, I'm not.
Not
No,
as
this is
many,
about
not as
Aguero.
good
This is
ones.
about
Oh, it's
Aguero.
Aguero.
Wow,
Rooney.
where still he was.
Rooney has to
Different
start. He has to
All
start.
right, rock, paper, scissors, me. Rooney, you're Rooney, I'm Aguero. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yes.
Rooney's in.
Thank you.
Oh, did you, Tom?
We got to speed up. We
So
got to
what you
speed up.
did?
We got to speed up. All right,
Aguero's
I'm going to say the team now.
Yeah, go for
We
it.
can debate about it afterwards. So in goal, we got Petr Cech. Fullbacks in Walker and Cole. Midfield, not midfield. Defensive 2 over Rio and Terry. We got Salah on the right, Hazard on the left, Keane and Scholes in the midfield, and Henry and Shearer up top with a bench of Schmeichel, Vidic, Lampard, Beckham, and Rooney.
We agree. I won the. It's Rooney and Shearer. Thank you. I won the rock paper scissors.
No, it wasn't Rooney and Shearer. It was Rooney and Aguero.
It's not for the bench.
Yes, it
he needs to
was.
start.
No, because Thierry Henry.
Bro, he needs to start.
No,
This is Rooney we're talking about, bro.
This is Thierry Henry we're talking
I'm
about.
putting my
bro.
foot down. Be quiet. That's the team.
You know, we are lucky we actually have no Liverpool
Alright.
fans here because
Yeah.
Gerrard being
that
just
could-
that easily
Yeah, he
was.
wasn't. He was great.
Yes, Salah will be in the team.
So now on to the little Spanish quiz stuff.
Yes, let's go again.
Just to finish off the
fact that I
podcast.
lost this, the fact that I got that question right last week and still lost because I have to wear this shitty thing. Is
I
a
must say,
disgrace.
last week was a bit controversial. That loss
Yeah.
at the end for you.
The fact I didn't
So,
win.
Alright.
guys, remember that in every session of the Purple Show, we do some questions in Spanish football just to keep keen on everyone
Yes.
in
Mm.
the Spanish news. So, because there is International Week, this is going to be about the Spanish players, but
Oh.
in the International Week too.
Yeah.
To see if you're watching the games.
Oh,
You
I
actually
was,
have
wasn't.
some-
I was not watching the games.
Yeah,
Can I add
definitely.
a
Okay.
random stipulation on the spot as well? You pick someone who you think is gonna win. If you're not right, you join the punishment.
Yes, 100%.
What?
Because otherwise you never get punished.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
he can still get picked if from the person who gets it right.
I
To,
guess true, yeah.
if so, like the way it works is, let's say you win. No, let's say you come last in the 3-question quiz, but you win the Spanish phrase. You can remember you can pick who it is, and he can be picked in that.
Right.
So
So, due to the games, there have been some changes in the top goal scorers in Spain.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm gonna give you 3 choices, and you need to tell me who is the top 5th Spanish goal scorer.
Wait, hang on, say that again.
No,
The 5th.
the
The 5th.
fifth place one.
Yeah, the
He's
5th.
fifth place,
So not-
but is he
it's not
first
for-
first person who's Spanish who is?
No,
Is the in the
it's in the Spanish rankings.
all-time Spanish goal scorers? The 5th.
Oh, all time.
Oh,
right,
all
right.
time.
Okay.
Vale,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
time.
I understand now.
Vale,
Yeah,
vale.
So
Okay,
it's
vale.
between Álvaro Morata,
See,
David Villa, or David Silva.
see now the obvious one would
I got it.
probably be Morata,
Vale.
because if you're saying it's
Spanish all
changed.
time.
No, it's the 5th. From
Remember-
the all-time.
Yeah,
Remember
the
your,
fifth one, right?
everyone
Yeah.
remember,
Spanish all time.
remember your answers. I should just write it down on my phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna get mine up now. I don't know if it's. Is the thing
So
is
remember,
it a
not,
trick
vale,
question?
no. Reformulate. It's Álvaro Morata, David Silva, or Ferran Torres.
Oh, you've changed.
Oh, that's
Oh,
changed.
Ferran
Torres.
Everything now.
Oh.
Thank God I didn't write down. I wrote down Villa.
God's sake. I mean,
He's
I
the
love how we've
first, he's
all
the first,
dismissed
just
one
for you to
player.
have an idea. David Villa is the
Oh.
first of all time with 60 goals, something like that.
See,
Vale. You got that first question?
I'm
Yeah.
ready to go.
Vale.
Yeah.
The second question.
Yeah. Just
So there has also been changes in the oldest captain.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So who do you think has been the oldest captain in the history of the Spanish national team starting a game? It's been Sergio Ramos, Jesus Navas, or Andrés Iniesta?
Well, it's been a recent change.
It's been a recent change.
Yeah,
then, isn't
it's
it?
obviously
Obvious.
one person.
No, because not, it gets very difficult. Like you need to.
Done.
It's ball knowledge. Maybe you don't watch the games and you
I
think.
mean,
some
I wrote
players are
that
playing
down
and they're
very
not playing.
quickly. If I'm wrong,
I have
no idea.
Oh.
Vale.
But I think I remember something.
The
That
fact that
And
he said it's been a change.
This is the difficult one. What Spanish player? I'm not giving you options in here.
Okay.
What Spanish player has recently changed their nationality to Argentinian and now plays for the Argentina national team?
wow.
Can you give us something?
I'm going to
Position.
give a hint. He plays as a right back. And I'm going to give you a team too. He plays at Mallorca.
Right, I know who it is. I know who it is. I know who the Mallorca right back
No
is.
idea.
I know who it is. I know exactly.
He's an
who it
analyst,
is.
bro. This is unfair.
I know the Mallorca right back.
Ball knowledge.
I know exactly who it is.
Mallorca.
Oh, I'm touching it again. I can't touch anything. I have to just stand like this.
There's not even.
Or
a
I just get
name in
disowned.
my head right
I
now.
got nothing. Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
So that's we're probably.
Well, you
coming
can maybe
off.
you can win with the other two.
Huh?
Maybe you win with the other two.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
So
That's the only way.
Fingers crossed, bro. So first one, who'd you go for?
What was the question again? Repeat it.
The fifth most goals.
Oh yeah. I went with Morata.
Morata.
Morata. Okay,
Morata.
that doesn't matter for me though, because I got the last one. We need to get this one overhead.
Impressively, because I don't rate Morata at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
surprisingly, say you Ferran Torres is at 12.
Fair.
Being
does perform
21
this
years old, he's at 12th all time
Fair.
scorer.
He
Spain.
does-
Probably
he does
he's gonna end
perform
up
for
as the
Spain.
first.
I went for Ramos for the captain.
Sergio Ramos.
Sergio Ramos.
Jesus Navas.
I didn't go for Navas because I think
Ah.
I don't
I
know if
hate
he
to
made the
say, but
team.
Henry got it.
Bro. He said recent change.
Yeah, but I thought
They
maybe
don't
Ramos
play
just like came
anymore.
on or something, or
They don't play anymore, bro.
No,
It's
Jesus Navas, at 36 years old, he has become the oldest Spanish.
well, we all
Flashback Mallorca.
And
Oh,
now, maybe
I have a rant. No, it's not actually. No. No.
Just say it.
No, it's actually way off.
But just say it
It's
anyway.
as bad as EC.
You gotta make a guess.
What's his name? Mojica.
Mojica.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, I know who you mean.
Yes.
He's Colombian.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
But still. So why you shout, Tom?
It's
Because
close.
Henry knows it.
I know who it is. I'll go
Um,
last.
Garcia. He's a centre back. I know. He's just
Plays Girona.
Yeah.
Vale.
I know. I just. I've no idea.
That's his guess, Garcia.
Henry, say
Can I say
if you don't get it right, I'm gonna be disappointed because you're hyping it up.
Pablo Mafia.
He got it.
I know.
Did you get all three?
He got all three.
Well done, Henry.
Oh,
That's
so
good knowledge
I
there.
think because he got all three, he's obviously can't get the
Yeah, he's
punishment.
what's the word?
Can I take this off as well?
You can take that off now. Yeah, you now are out of the punishment. Get the rig on.
That's so much better. Thank God.
Okay.
I'm not getting disowned, boys. Thank God for that.
So, how did he, bro? You need to do something.
Yeah, I know.
It can't be. It can't be
I'll
every
tell
week
you.
because even the last week he got like the most difficult one.
Yeah.
He did.
Was Alex Garcia? You need
I'm
to
good
get
with
it
time.
up.
That's
I'm
this is
good
what
with
this is for.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting better.
Let's
Amazing.
watch next week, bro. 3 out of 3.
So
Alright.
so Henry right now is getting a punishment for someone.
No,
Or
no,
is-
no. He's
no.
void from
But I'm
punishment.
void, I don't,
He's void.
because of that, I don't get to do the punishment. I'm not doing the punishment next week.
Yeah.
Vale.
Yeah. So now give him his Spanish phrase.
Vale, so after this, remember that we get a Spanish phrase of the week related to the Premier League. And the phrase of this week is Los Glazers son la leche. You need to tell me what that means.
The
Or
Or
Glazers.
an idea.
The
Glazers,
Los.
Cry.
Los Glazers
Yeah.
son la leche.
Something
Son
about
de leche. Yes.
the Glade.
The
Is
Glazers must
and
fuck
not.
off.
You need to give me. Sorry?
The Glazers must fuck off.
No.
They should. They should. But yeah.
Glade.
Hey, say it with me, Henry. Los Glazers
Los Glazers.
son
Son.
la leche.
La leche.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I've said worse.
Oh, I know it. The Glazers spilled the milk.
No.
Ah.
Is it milk? Is
There's milk. The word is milk, but
Yeah,
it's not.
la
It's,
leche.
it's not the meaning.
Oh, it's one of those like
It's one of those,
like
like-
guapo means cool or
Mm,
beautiful.
Ah.
wet the bed. The Glazers wet the bed. No.
The
That's a good shout.
Glazers
Too many words,
are
though.
cheesy.
It was cheesy.
I guess not then.
The Glazers are shitty.
No.
Glazers are great. See?
No,
I hate you.
You made him say the Glazers are great in Spanish. Alright, you get to pick between me and Carlos for the punishment.
Nah, let me explain the phrase.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some knowledge. So when you say something in Spanish is la leche, like it means like literally is the milk. But in
Oh,
context,
I know what it is, like cream the crop, like
But
the top of the
yeah,
top.
yeah. But in
It's like a
context, it means that
phrase.
something is really good.
Yes.
Yeah. So Henry just said that the Glazers are great.
I have had to wear a Liverpool shirt and say the Glazers are great. I feel like throwing up. If you want me, I'm going to be at the top of
So I
the
need
stadium
to
throwing
pick
myself
some.
off.
Oh, you
And
should
on
have
that,
kids.
oh.
Yes, it's choices in my hands again. Shit.
No, it's his choice, isn't it?
No.
Oh, no, you got it.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
it's
got it.
great.
I forgot you got it. It's not me though. You can pick him.
Yeah, I could.
Oh, what? No.
Bro.
Okay, you know what? Yeah,
We
you
are.
know
We
what?
are. We are.
I think we go with Carlos for next week.
Oh, I know. I know.
Thanks.
Do you want to lift up your hoodie a little bit, just to
Show 'em what
see
you
what's
got.
no, see what's underneath.
Oh.
No.
The, underneath the
Maybe.
No, don't.
Oh.
No, No?
underneath the fantastic merch, which you can get now on our
My
store.
skill burn.
Yes.
Oh,
Good
plug.
plug.
Not
Check
these
out
ones
the
though. They're better. We've got some more up to date
could you
ones.
go on my camera? My camera. There we go.
Well done,
Yeah,
Walker.
this you can still get. We'll bring that one back out soon, and they've got the classics.
Yes, these are still.
that.
And on that note, thank you very much guys for watching. Please make sure you like the video. Check us out on all other socials, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and obviously Spotify and all those other podcast channels.
Make sure that you put your teams down below, what your all-time Premier League teams was, and where people may have made mistakes in the team.
Yeah, say why would you agree, why you don't agree.
Exactly. We want to hear your opinions below, basically.
Let us know. Anything else?
No. Yeah. I think we're all
Thank you
good.
very much, guys.
Cheers. Thanks
Cheers.
for watching.
Cheers. Thanks, boys.
See you next week, guys.
In a bit. Bye.